Story time. 3 years ago, Dangerously Funny made a video about the rarest tree type in Stardew Valley you didn't know about.
Did you know that cold trees are a thing? Neither did I.
I was playing Stardew Valley pretty casually at that point, and I hadn't even come across a coal tree before. Even nowadays, I'll see a post on Reddit or maybe in the Stardew Valley Discord where someone experiences their coal tree smoldering and it's producing coal. They don't know why the fruit isn't on the tree anymore, and so I get why these questions still come up. I started thinking about this a long time ago when I was looking for a renewable source of coal. Sure, you can go into the mines and farm dust sprites. You can just buy it outright from Clint's, and I get that, but I was looking for something a little more exciting. I have a slime ranch save in Stardew that I did a series on, and the black slimes I have there drop coal, and that's great, but you're not really getting a lot. It's a renewable source, it's just not a very efficient way of getting coal. So I was racking my brain and I couldn't really get this idea of just having a bunch of coal trees out of my head. DF tested this and didn't really have great results, so I wanted to see if I can improve things.
Well, here it is. My first time ever witnessing cold trees.
I did learn a thing or two along the way, so I figured this was worth sharing with y'all. So let's jump into it, but real quick, if you like my content or just want to keep up with the things I'm up to, a like or hitting subscribe would really help the channel. I know these plugs are annoying, but it's the YouTube algorithm. Either way, you all have been super chill about it, so I appreciate that. This is a coal tree. I'm interested to hear if you guys have ever had one on your farm before. I know a lot of people like to put their fruit trees in the greenhouse, and so they often don't see this happen. Can't happen to regular trees. The regular trees will just break. But if you didn't already know, this occurs when a fruit tree is struck by lightning. The tree will smolder and produce coal for several days before returning back to normal. I do always get a kick out of those stories I see online where somebody experiences a coal tree for the first time and they're like, what the hell is this? What happened to my fruit tree? You know, they think it's destroyed, but it's just temporary. It's pretty cool. It's just not talked about a lot. In order to dive into this and really test things out, I need a farm that's full of fruit trees, and I also need a thunderstorm going on. I could do this the super legit way and take hours planning this out, or just cheat a little bit. So my test farm is filled with a bunch of cherry trees and peach trees. I chose those just because I think they're the coolest looking, but any fruit tree will do, even the new ones like banana and mango. DF had a lightning mod made for him so that he could just press a button and lightning would strike whenever he wanted it to. I don't have that at my disposal, but what I can do is just switch time back and forth, and it's super loud because all of the lightning and thunder is crashing, but it produces the same result. The downside here is that the cheats menu is in hour increments, and I'm pretty sure that the chance of lightning striking a specific tile or tree is randomly generated every 10 minutes. It's worth noting this because I would see a lot of lightning strikes, but they would be in the same locations. They would be hitting the same few trees. And I think that's just a matter of flipping the time back and forth. It only goes in hour increments, so I wasn't hitting every single 10 minutes. And I'm pretty sure the random chance was the same for each of those times. So if I had to guess, flipping back and forth just meant that I would hit the same trees over and over again. After walking around my farm, I have a few trees that have been struck by lightning, but not the entire farm like I was expecting. That's okay though. I have another idea. So let's just load up my save file into a little text editor. Let's find the struck by lightning countdown. Every fruit tree on my farm is going to have this. If it's been struck, that countdown is likely going to be like 4, 3 or something, and it'll just count down every day until it's 0 and it goes back to normal. So let's replace those values with something a little bigger. I don't mean to brag or anything, but DF only had a farm with, 1, 2, maybe 3 coal trees, and here we are. A farm full of nothing but coal trees. Unfortunately, there's just an obvious elephant in the room with this. If you're playing legitimately and you're not using mods, you're not using save editing, coal trees are just very rare. Even with max daily luck, the chances of one of your trees being struck is pretty low. I do wish that this could be some sort of alternative way to getting coal, but coal trees are hard to get to begin with, and they only last for like 3 or 4 days before returning back to normal. Unless you're editing your save, coal trees are more of a fleeting moment. It's a cool and rare event, but there's no legitimate way to recreate this. Regardless, I wanted to make the most of what I already have, and I figured a nice theme farm with these smoky trees would be a good idea. None of this is really useful for, a regular playthrough, but I think the trees look pretty good with this themed farm that I have going on. We have the Junimos that are all black because of Neptunite in the huts. We have some void chickens running around somewhere. I was messing around with some chocolates when Wanted Chocolatier was out, and yeah, it's kind of a cozy, spooky type vibe. Oh, I also did this corn maze a while back, and I don't even know if I remember how to get through it. Tried to make it tricky. Oh man, it's been too long. It's somewhere up here. Okay. This like wraps around. Yeah. And you have to go behind the slime hutch. Here's a little tech that I figured out from all of these mazes that Unsurpassable Z has done in the past. You can't get through here, but if you go through the slime hutch and then back out, you're on the other side. So then we have a little secret path down here. Oh boy, where to next? The whole idea is to get to this, you know, treasure, the treasure chest and the golden pumpkins. Oh boy. Okay, I think it's somewhere, something like this. Nope. Oh, there we go. And then this is kind of hidden. I don't know if you guys can see this mini obelisk, but you take that and boom, you're behind. And that is how you get to the treasure. All right. Yeah, I don't know if this was the most useful idea, but I had fun doing it. So until next time, see ya.